Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 322 of our BU 365-day challenge to do one thing every day that improves us, helps us to become the best version of ourselves, whatever that is to you and however you define it. Putting my coffee down so I don't spill it. Today, for No Nonsense November, day 18, this month we're talking about a life lesson that I've learned along my many years, 6+ decade journey here on the planet, and a little bit of how I came about that and what it means to me so that you can think about, well, have I ever thought about this? Do I believe this? What does it mean to you? And today our topic is nobody can do it for you. Now, what the heck is it? I like to say nobody can do it and keep things general because it might be nobody can create the life that you want. It is your life in that instance. Nobody can create the relationship that you want except you, right? Nobody can feel your feelings. Nobody can think your thoughts. Nobody can really control you except you. Now, off-topic things, and we've talked about these, people can manipulate, people can convince, people can propagandize, people can influence us, but bottom line, it's our choice and our responsibility what we're going to choose, what we're going to do, what we're going to think, what we're going to believe, and what our actions are. It's why I'm so big on think for yourself, think for yourself, think for yourself. I love to exercise my right to decide and choose what's right for me because it's my inalienable human right and only I can do it. My relatives, my friends, the people I'm in relationships with, they can influence me, they can tell me their opinion, but they're not living in my body and in my walking in my shoes. My sister's got a really cute sweatshirt down in Texas about walking in your boots, and nobody else can do that for us. So what does that mean? That means we need to be willing to take 100% responsibility and accountability for ourselves, right? We can't count on or expect other people to take care of us. Yeah, it's really nice when they do, or when people do nice things for us, but we ought not expect it because they don't owe us anything, right? It's like a lot of people think the government should take care of them and provide for them and dole out money and pay for things that they made choices and decisions about, but now they don't want to take accountability and responsibility for that. The problem is it's a slippery slope. When we let other people make choices and decisions for us, and other people might be other entities. It might be our employer. It might be our church. It might be our politicians. It might be our municipality. When they set what's right for us and we don't choose it ourselves, there's conflict and there's challenges. So accountability just means ownership, right? Taking responsibility for something just means you own the results of your choices or the consequences of your choices. And sometimes that's easy and awesome because things work out really, really well. And other times it's a little painful because there's a lesson we need to learn about a choice that we made. Maybe we didn't do our homework. I've made bad choices and bad decisions. I didn't pick the right life partner for myself, right? That's why I'm divorced. I didn't pick the right business partner in a couple of businesses I was involved in. And some of those were so messy and so dramatic and so painful. I've never made that mistake again. Obviously, I needed to work on my trust meter and my belief meter and my, credibility and BS meter in order to know who I should and shouldn't do business with, who I should and shouldn't be in relationships with. And those are tough lessons, but nobody could learn them for me. I had to learn them myself. Did other people know that I had picked the wrong business partner? Yes. Did they tell me? Yes. Did I believe them? Well, pretty quickly into the relationship, I believed them, but I didn't at first, right? I decided that I was going to go against my gut and I was going to do what I felt I wanted to do at the time. Every time, and this is one of, I don't know if I'm going to even talk about this in No Nonsense November, but one of the biggest lessons I've learned over the course of my life is that if I make choices and decisions, I'm always going to take personal responsibility for them. It's my choice, my decision, because I want to maintain my personal freedom and power. But I've learned that if I don't listen to all three things, my head, my heart, and my intuition on making a decision or a choice, even if it doesn't seem rational, if one of those is telling me something's off, I need to say no to that thing. It took me decades to figure that out through a lot of big and bad mistakes. And as I went back and looked at those experiences, every time one of those three components was missing. And I learned it's really easy to make good decisions and choices that are right for me if I listen to all three things: my brain, my thinking, my intellect, my heart. What does my heart say? What do I feel about this? And then my gut intuition, my sixth sense, because we all have it. It's just a matter of, do we listen to it or do we pound it down and drown it out? I, in the past, when I was younger, would pound it down and drown it out. And I would go with, more often than not, the thing that sounded good on paper, the person that looked good on paper, the thing that appeared from outside appearances to be the right choice. And lo and behold, almost every time, there's always things. We're all icebergs, right? There's what we show to the world, and there's a whole bunch of what's the rest of us under the surface of the water. And so we need to be cognizant of that. But today, our action item is just to think about ownership. How much do you own and take accountability and personal responsibility for your life? Be super duper honest with yourself. There are times when I like to sit back and just let everybody else do their thing and not take personal responsibility for the things that, well, I don't like to take personal responsibility for the things that are going on around me. I get to choose the environment and the people I hang around with, but I still don't get to control them, and I can't manage them. I can lead them, but I can't influence them. But it's up to each individual to make their own choices. I find this is the most difficult reminder as a mom and a grandma that my kids are grown up. They're going to make their own choices. Will I agree with them 100% of the time? No. Will they always work out? No. But then they learn to live with the consequences and be accountable and responsible for their own lives. And guess what? That's how we create our own lives. So action item today, just share one thing about your thoughts on personal responsibility and accountability. I will do the same. I guess I've shared a lot of my thoughts here already, but there's no way out of it. You know, I learned this a lot in building and growing and working with business people. We can follow other people. We can learn from them. We can have coaches and model people, but they cannot do it for us. We have to be the one that picks up the phone, makes the call, takes the action, does the research, does our homework, etc. And that applies to every area and aspect of our life. That's it. Have an awesome day. If I can help in any way, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow for day 323 of our 365-day challenge and day 19 of No Nonsense November. I haven't looked ahead, so I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm sure it'll be interesting. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow.